In this segment, we're going to talk about math. We want to make math fun. We want to make math engaging. We want children to be able to play while they're learning math because we want them to understand and form the concepts and the ideas in their head. We want to give them time to practice. We want to pre-assess to make sure that they understand what we're doing. And we want to support their developmental and executive functioning. And we want to use developmentally appropriate practices as we're teaching. So, you will take your state standard and then you're going to write your learning objective. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some different strategies that I used in my classroom because when I taught a concept, I wanted to immerse my entire classroom into whatever I was teaching. So we're talking about math. So I'm going to talk about money for just a little bit. And I'm going to go back to children's literature. So when I was teaching money, I tried to find all of the children's literature that I could find so that we could read about it and we could talk about it and we could share about it. So we read a lot about money. And then I would make my own money books and I made up my own song. And this is the coin book. And we would sing the song that I made up with this. Okay. So this one says, a penny is worth 1 cent, a penny is worth 1 cent, a penny is worth 1 cent, it is worth, and we would all yell, 1 cent. And so we'll do one more. A nickel is worth 5 cents, a nickel is worth 5 cents, a nickel is worth 5 cents, it is worth 5 cents. And we went through all of the different coins and dollar bills in this book, and the students loved it. I made sure that all of my students had large money printed off in a little stack that was clipped together that they could use. I also had the coins for them. I wanted them to be immersed in it. I wanted them to have the money. I wanted them to know what it looked like. And yes, we did get out real money, but I wanted them to have the big money that they could see the person, that they could see the numbers, we could talk about the letters and what they meant. And then I had my play money. I also had this giant piggy bank that we would hang up. And on this, every day we would talk about different money and we would pin it to our piggy bank and talk about piggy banks. I would send a piggy bank home with them. We would talk about saving our money. We would talk about counting money. So we did a lot of stuff with money. I did a lot of hands-on make and take things that I wanted my students to really be able to use. And so another thing that I did is I had little lunch boxes and they were all themed. And in the lunchbox, as you know, lunch boxes, this kind of lunchbox is metal. So you can take different numbers and put them up here. So I could say, okay, everybody, find the number 1. And they would have to find the number 1 and stick it on their lunchbox. And then I could go around and assess really quickly. We could also do something where we patterned. And so they could pattern maybe a bat and a jack-o'-lantern. And then they'd have a bat and a jack-o'-lantern. Or we could do the number 6. Or we could sort and sort all the jack-o'-lanterns or sort all the bats or sort all of the number 4s. And so this is a really fun way to get students engaged in their learning, but also you can use this as a make and take pull off on the shelf. So just put different magnets in there. This is a little baggy game that I made that is math. And remember, just be creative, right? These are little ladybug buttons that I got at Hobby Lobby or Walmart. And then they would have to pull out all of these, and it laid on a big lily pad. And it says, place the ladybug on the 5th lily pad. So they would have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they would lay the ladybug on the 5th lily pad. So these are easy games that children can just pull off during centers and play. Back to children's literature. I would read, there was an old lady who swallowed a shell. And then I made an old lady and they would have to count how many shells, or I would say, okay, go to the number 10. And so they would have to go all the way to the number 10. And the old lady ate the number 11 and the old lady ate the number 1. So this is a fun way. I also did this and could change it out with letters when she did different books. There's lots of different Old Lady Who Swallowed the Fly, but this is a fun way to get your students engaged and they can move that as they go. You can also assess that way. I liked making my own books. And so this is a book that I made and it was called Chicken Pox. And this is an engaging book, an interactive book. This says 1 spot, 2 spot, 3 chicken pox. So they would have to take one chicken pox, 2, and so on and so forth. And then it goes backwards so that you can take them off. So you add and then you subtract. On children's literature, I used a weekly reader. So this is all about ducks. Then I would read Duck on a Bike. And then we would do the interactive book 5 in the Tub, which is another adding game and subtracting game. There were 5 in the tub, and with soap they did scrub. Goodbye, germs. See you later. And then 1 rinsed off and hopped out of the tub. And how many ducks were left? So those are just some different ways to engage. Be creative, be fun, get your students involved, let them do interactive things, let them be engaged in their learning. We want it to be fun. You could also do a take-home math bag for your students. Go around your house and find something that has the number 3 on it. And it might be a calendar. Show them how to use a calendar. Show them what a calculator is. There's so many things that we can do to teach students that's hands-on and engaging with math. Make sure that you're making it